of Michigan. Today I'm going to be running my morning live here on YouTube. I got into trouble on Instagram. You know how it goes. Their panties are so wound up, left wing, they can't stomach the fact of bleeding freedom and promoting any kind of freedom. If you are supportive of freedom, Second Amendment, just freedom of speech in general, Facebook and Instagram, they just get all wound up. So does YouTube. They're all the same. They do it just as bad as anybody else. So follow me over on Rumble, because who knows how much longer my YouTube channel is going to be available. Like I said, they're cracking down. I got in trouble for posting a picture of a gun and basically saying where you could pick it up. So what? Jesus. I didn't mention a price. I didn't do anything like that. I just simply said, if you're interested, here's where you can go to get one. Well, they didn't like that. So it's actually the first time that they've ever given me a bad strike or anything, I guess. But I temporarily cannot do live videos on Instagram because, like I said, some liberal was just, what's up, Daniel? Was just in a tizzy this morning because we're spreading freedom and the ability, and we're not breaking any laws. We're following all the federal and state laws, but they have their own laws, and if you break them, man, they just don't want anything to do with you. And like even trying to, so yesterday we were talking a little bit about PayPal and the fact that their new rule is, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, if you say something that they consider not factual, so if one of their little crony fact checkers says that you're spreading misinformation, even if you're not, PayPal can immediately deduct $2,500 from your bank account for a violation of spreading what they consider to be not factual. And you guys know how bad Facebook is on that, and Instagram and all them. It's the same thing on PayPal. So if they find that you've posted on social media something that a fact checker, some left-wing, purple-haired fact checker who doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground, deems that you're spreading misinformation, then PayPal, without warning, can take $2,500 per offense from your bank account. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I don't even have $2,500 in my bank account or in my PayPal. Well, that doesn't mean that they can't take whatever they can get and then come back later for the rest. So I said, cancel. Well, I don't have a bank account attached to my PayPal. I just have a PayPal card. So I went to cancel my account, and it says, "Hey, wait, you can't cancel your account because you have funds in your account." And I was like, "No big deal. I mean, like you can keep the 37 cents. I don't really care." Well, they won't let you unless you transfer it to a bank account. I'm like, really? So I went to transfer it over to, I linked my Chime account, because it technically is a checking account, but I don't really keep money in there either. It's just in case people want to pay me with Chime. Went to transfer it over, and their response was, you don't have the minimum $1 in your account to transfer the 37 cents out of your account. I'm like, what? So they have me in this pickle now where it's like, okay, do I put $1 in just so that I have enough just to be able to transfer it out so I can close the stupid account? This is the world that we live in, and you guys might not think that, you know, there's a lot going on with that, but let me tell you something. They're not stupid. They want to do whatever they can to, you know, stick you the way that they can stick you. And some of us with our bank accounts, we have a large overdraft account available. I know in our account we can overdraft quite a bit of money. You know, I mean, quite a bit. So, you know, if PayPal ever found that, you know, like for instance, this incident with Instagram, you know, they could technically, you know, take $2,500. So, something to keep in mind. I've never really cared for PayPal. They've done me dirty a lot of times. I had a really bad experience with eBay. With a guy that I sold a very expensive Marantz stereo receiver to, and when he got the package, he claimed that I had sent him an old Pioneer, which is not the case, because I had actually shipped it from a company that I was working with that paid me to post their items. And they shipped them directly from their warehouse, and I knew the guy. But PayPal nonetheless hit my account for almost $3,000, and I fought it, and it was fruitless to fight it. They did not want to hear my explanation. They ended up keeping the money, so I got screwed out of a lot of money because I still had to pay the company that I shipped it from. So, yeah, it's just a bad taste, man. A lot of people want to use PayPal, and I'm like, no, nope. Zelle, you know, Cash App, Venmo, those are fine, but these other things, no way, man. So, it is what it is, but hopefully you guys are having a good morning. I do apologize if I'm lagging a little bit. I do live in the North Country, and you know, our service is, you know, I mean, we have cell phone service obviously, but it can be a little spotty at times. I am on my way to high pressure pneumatics this morning. I've got some guns in the back that I got to return, and I'm doing the reviews. Yeah, man, listen, I mean, there's all kinds of crap out there. Good morning, Jill. There's all kinds of, like, bad situations going on right now. Oh, what are we gonna do about that? So, here we are, Wednesday. It's finally acting like fall up here. Next week, we're getting snow. Here we are, October. Snow's about to start flying. You know, downstate generally don't get snow until, you know, end of November. Up here, it's a different story, and we get it pretty darn quickly. It is nice though. It's 55 degrees. It's not cold or anything, but it is what it is. Oh man, I did go out and shoot some videos yesterday. I'm looking forward to bringing those to you guys. We shot the 457 hand cannon from Airgun Revisions. That's going to be hitting the YouTube stage real quick. We have the new And I guess I'm not really letting the cat out of the bag because I'm not telling you guys anything, but we at Brocock already released that the Ghost will be released tomorrow, and that video will release tonight at 12. Well, tomorrow morning at 12:05 a.m. So if you guys want to check out the new Brocock Ghost, my video will drop at 12:05 a.m. He says no deer yet. Yeah, this works out good for us because the cold weather, man, the deer will start foraging a lot more now, and we have a lot of movement with the deer. So just waiting for them to pop out. And I did get the 457 Challenger that I got from Roy, Air Power Roy. I did get that thing working, and that's gonna be a cool little extra big bore for if I have friends that come up and want to go shoot a deer. Denny, just saying. We got all kinds of time this fall, brother man. After November 15th. So we'll get out there and smoke a deer this year for sure. Speaking of smoking a deer, it'd be cool to throw some back straps on the smoker. That sounds delicious. Anybody got any plans for squirrel hunting this weekend? We're still waiting for a lot of our leaves to fall, but I still go out. It's still fun to go out. It's still fun. Buck really likes it, so. Any deer rituals? No real deer rituals. What's up, Air Power? I don't really have any, I guess. I just go out and shoot. I do need to finish sighting in the Texan so that thing's ready to go. Learn my holdovers, with the ATN. I gotta swap the ATN out, put it on the Texan, get it sighted in so that it's ready to go. I gotta figure out some BC on the slugs that I shoot. Yeah, I knew what you meant, G-Man. I just don't really have any. I don't know. Grab my gun and my coffee in the morning and head out into the woods. Yeah, I guess I do. So I have a tendency, because I go out so early, to, wait until after first light. And if I don't see anything, I generally take a nap. I just take a nap, whatever. And generally, when I do take a nap, I honestly usually wake up to a deer. Right? Deer blood, eating the heart raw, taking a bite out of a heart. You might be able to get Denny to do that. Denny's like, no. Maybe. I don't know. We might be able to get Denny to throw down a little bit of deer heart. You can always just cut it with the knife and cut it into slices. But I generally try not to. I like to cook my meat. Especially because you never know. You could have heartworm. And I don't want a worm inside of me, that's for damn sure. Even though they say they do anyway. I They say that we do, so I don't know. Well, most of the O-rings I had. So the only one that I needed was the breech seal, and the pellet shop had just got them in, so he sent them to me. So everything else was just stuff that I had. I have a lot of access to a lot of O-rings. You know, most of those O-rings you could actually get from the O-ring. You know, it's just knowing what size O-ring you need. So, you know, with a micrometer, you know, you can measure them and, you know, get in the ballpark anyway, and then just try them until you find the one that's right, or look at them and, you know, and I was able to do that with no real issue. So I was concerned that it might be some really weird, odd shape, but they really weren't, you know. But, you know, high pressure pneumatics probably has, I don't know, 50 or 60 different size O-rings at the shop. So get them. I actually had some of the stuff at my house just from like O-ring kits that I had. So it really didn't take much. Like I said, other than the breech seal. The breech seal was a little odd, but I got it. So yeah, she's holding there good. Got the yeah, we have, well, we don't necessarily have like wild pigs, but we do have like hunt clubs you can go to where they have them on their property, so you can shoot them, but you know, you got to pay for it. But you know, I got a couple people that I've been talking to about filming some hunts out on their game properties, and to help promote them and to help obviously promote Airguns of Michigan. So we'll see. We will see. Yep. If I start breaking up really bad, somebody tell me. Well, you do have to mic them. I mean, even taking apart any air gun, I mean, you know, you still, I mean, I don't just start pulling drawers out and trying to line them up. I mean, I still throw a set of calipers on my whatever O-ring I'm replacing, unless it's something that I deal with a lot. You know, like if they're FX parts, generally, like for a reseal, you know, I know which O-ring goes where by just memory. But you know, other air guns that I've worked on, you know, that's the best way to do it, because you know, you could have one that's, you know, like let's just throw a number out, like 19 by 1.5, but in fact it's actually a 19 and a half by 1.5, and that half does make a difference, because if you try to stretch a 19 into what is supposed to be a 19 and a half, it thins out that 1.5 to like a 1.25. So, you know, you might have a leak past that. So, you know, I mean, that's just basic airsmithing, is, you know, is using a pair of calipers to get the size. But, you know, once you have that size, then I mean, you can really just go online and like to the O-ring shop, for example, and tell them, you know, look, I need one 19.5 by 1.5, and I need two, you know, 7 by 2s, you know, and just, you know, he'll put a package together for you and just ship it out. So, you know, like I said, it's just a matter of, you know, getting it done. I mean, chances are I probably did actually have a breech seal, but after talking with the pellet shop, he had told me that he had those, and and the barrel O-rings in stock. So he just threw them in, but he had just gotten them. I think everybody just kind of got their stuff from China. So, you know, he just, like I said, he threw in those 3 O-rings, and I just replaced them. So, even though they really didn't need it. But the weld does seem to be holding up on the sear. I found out what I did wrong when putting the gun back together, which caused the sear to break. But I did. It's holding good. Man, that guy did a great job TIG welding that thing. It's solid as a rock. Safety works fine. You know, gun release as well. So that worked out pretty good. No, it wasn't lining up the hammer slot. It was I didn't put the air tube on it to keep the hammer back. Because if you put it together without the air tube, then the hammer can slide more forward than where it should be. And then what had happened is that it slid forward, and when I tightened it down, the sear actually caught on the back of the hammer instead of riding where it should be in the hammer. So that's where the tension came from. So, you know, it's just kind of one of those things. Yeah. So as soon as I, like kind of scratched my head, like, what the heck, you know, and I realized, oh yeah, man, you got to put the air tube in there. So I just degassed the air tube. I wanted to make sure it didn't have any air in it when I did it. So I degassed the air tube. So that way, you know, if I find out that the sear and, you know, the way that he tigged it, that, you know, oh man, it's not going to hold when I go to cock the gun. I just didn't want an accidental, like, you know, misfire or anything. So, you know, I played around with it quite a bit before I added air. You know, continuously cocked the gun, fired the gun, you know, things like that, just to make sure that, you know, that was a nice solid weld, and which I knew it was. The guy's a master welder, but you know, just kind of had it, kind of, you know, I was just being cautious. You know, nobody wants to have, you know, an accidental discharge with a big bore. Not that there wasn't a round in it or anything, but still, you know, you definitely don't want to have anything, you know, crazy happen, scare the hell out of you, because that'll happen. But, yeah. So, I haven't shot it yet, but I will. I'll get it out. I just topped heading over to High Pressure Pneumatics. Wednesday and Thursday every week I'm there. But, so it's full of air now, and I'm just letting it sit, make sure it holds air, doesn't leak. I want to make sure there's no leaks. So, kind of going through its leak test right now. And like I said, it's doing fine. Got the road grader. But, yeah. It's hopefully it's still pretty accurate. It looks like it could probably use a barrel band. Thought about reaching out to one of the guys that makes the barrel bands and picking one up. You know, I don't know. I mean, Roy, I guess you'd be a better person to ask about that. If you think it needs a barrel band, or if it actually, in fact, does a really good job on its own. I don't know how far you've really taken it, but did I see the Brocock Ghost? I have one in the back of my car. My video will come out tomorrow morning at 12:05 a.m. Yeah, I've had it for a week, something like that. So, yes, in fact, I have seen the Brocock Ghost. that. And the only reason that I'm confirming that is because Brocock has already said that the Ghost is coming out tomorrow. So, yep. A muzzle brake, huh? I don't know if I have a muzzle brake big enough for 457. As a matter of fact, I don't. Mine only goes up to 35 cal. So that would end very badly. It wouldn't be it would be a muzzle brake, if you know what I mean. It would definitely break if I was to shoot it off of that. And I do have the threading to thread that gun, as far as like the barrel thread, but yeah, no, I haven't even thought about it. I thought about like an Emperor or something, just to see what it does. It's definitely boisterous, but it is what it is. It's no big deal. I have a feeling it'll probably be, a 60-yard gun. I think that's effective. Ah, right on. Lucky 7 made you one. I'll reach out to him. He's a good dude. Just shooting his ammo with the 457 Airgun Revisions hand cannon. I call it the hand cannon because, dude, it is awesome, and it is a load of fun to shoot. I shot a lot of rounds out of that. A lot of rounds. It's pretty exhilarating. So it does like to be shot off of a bag. I tried just to hold it in my hand, and you can make it work. What's my go-to or favorite? Well, that's easy. That's pack 22 cal. Yeah, without a doubt. If I had to pick one gun right now, that's it. End of discussion. I could never have another air gun. That's exactly what it would be. It'd be an FX Impact 22 caliber sniper. Although, I don't know. I mean, right now every one of my impacts is in 22 caliber. Roy, I don't trust that guy. He cries too much. He's a whiner. I feel you. Yeah, so yeah, I've got a 800 millimeter tension FX Impact. I've got the 700 with the Huma setup on it, which I'm really excited to say that Huma is now going to be working with Airguns of Michigan, and they are sending me all of the components to turn my 700 millimeter impact into a Huma impact. So they're sending me, I've already got the tension set up. They're sending me, oh no, it's rain. It's heavy rain. I've got the tension barrel set up on that. They're sending me the rag. They're sending me the bottom rail, the little side cover that says powered by Huma. The quick detach moderator adapter and one of their moderators. So that's going to be the gun that I shoot NRL and PRS with this season, and so it'll get a lot of abuse, but it'll also get a lot of publicity for anybody that might be interested in shooting NRL or PRS. So it'll be a good gun to get out on the field. It's topped with an Arkin, and then I have my 22 caliber impact compact. That's actually in the back too. That one's topped with the ATN, but that's my small game gun. And it'll probably turn back into my bench gun once the season comes back around for up here for shooting 100-yard bench rest. So, yes, yep. I do have a 25 caliber barrel kit. I thought about maybe swapping it to the 25 cal and doing some slug work next year, but I don't know yet. We'll kind of see how it goes. We'll play it by ear and see what happens. I even thought about shooting 25 caliber in bench rest instead of 30 cal, but I don't know. Yeah, eBay's a joke too. Yeah, I quit using eBay. I'll buy stuff, but I don't list anything there anymore. It just sucks. You know, I mean, honestly, you know, it's all bullshit. You know, people are terrible. Somebody needs to come out with a sales platform that doesn't have any restrictions. And like I said, now that I don't use PayPal, it doesn't really do me any good unless somebody just takes a credit card. There's that. Oh man. But it is still nice out. 55 degrees. I think it's supposed to get up to like 60 today. So even though it's overcast and raining, it's still a comfortable temperature. Right. Yeah. I know that Bongino was talking about, and I didn't really catch what it was, but he was talking about the alternative that they use for PayPal. And I'm going to have to go back and look it up and see what it is. But man, I'll tell you what, I love that guy, dude. If you guys don't follow Bongino, man, you guys need to go find him. He's all over. You can find him on Instagram. It's usually where I watch him, is on Instagram. Yeah, Cash App isn't bad as long as you do everything as a gift, because otherwise they 1099 you at the end of the year. So if there isn't like in the description, if you don't say like, let's say I Cash Apped you $50 and for whatever. If I don't put in the description that it was like, hey, a gift for mom, then at the end of the year, Cash App sends you a 1099, and you got to pay taxes on that $50. So you got to be careful with those too. Venmo's the same way. So you just got to make sure that you tell people like, hey man, if you're gonna do that, just put in there, it's a gift for mom or for the kids or whatever. So yeah, you can throw it away, but tax evasion's real. You can't go to jail for owing the government money, but you can for avoiding acknowledging it or claiming it. Just ask Martha Stewart and Wesley Snipes and Al Capone. Because they all did time for that. Like I said, you can owe them all the money in the world. They can't throw you in jail for owing it. Man, I'll tell you what, you don't claim it or you don't file your taxes, they can get you for tax evasion. Which is stupid, and I don't agree with it. I think it's dumb. I don't get to vote on what we spend our money on, so why should I have to give you money? It's like throwing your money at crackheads every day while you're driving down the road. Here you go, Mr. Crackhead. I mean, what the fuck? Nobody keeps tabs on what they're spending money on. I mean, they don't. Here's the thing. the federal government doesn't go out and spend, you know, like, oh, hey, we spent $150,000 to, you know, to do this. No, that's not how they work. Theirs are in the billions. It's hundreds of millions, billions, and trillions. That's the only way they know how to spend money. You know? Yeah, it's junk. Yep, I actually took my video down of the Rattler because it was such garbage. It is. It's garbage. I've actually, when I got the one to review, it valve dumped on me, the valve locked up, and it had to be sent back to be repaired. All within 50 shots. So, yeah. So, I stick with LCS. LCS has definitely got it all worked out, and LCS didn't have to steal the technology to make their gun either. So, those are just my opinions, but yeah, I won't have anything to do with Western anymore, or the Rattler for sure. It's just it's not a good platform. It's not. Well, I mean, it's a good platform. It's just subpar mechanics. It's terrible. But it is what it is. Everybody's got an opinion. That's just mine. I mean, if I had to choose between an LCS, which is a very smooth and flawless working gun, or roll the dice with a Rattler, because I've got friends that bought them when they came through, and every one of them regrets it. Well, there's one guy that got lucky, and he's just satisfied with what it is. But garbage, in my opinion. I mean, maybe someday they'll work it out. But until everything's done and the court proceedings are done and all that crap, or whatever's going on, I don't know. I just, like I said, I'd rather spend my money on an LCS and know that I'm getting really good quality. And so to me, that just kind of, I don't know, just kind of makes it better. But whatever. Anybody else had an experience with a Rattler? We got 9 of us in here, 10 including me, so. What have you guys found? Anybody? Anybody else with the Rattler? Anybody got any experience with LCS? That's a good point, Roy. That's a dang good point, buddy. Yep, it's just like the knife in my pocket. It won't fail. I mean, honestly, I've only had, out of all the air guns that I've reviewed, I've only had 3 that have had catastrophic failure. And catastrophic, I mean, like, has to go back to be resolved, because it just won't fix itself, and no parts are involved. One was the Cattleman. Well, it was every Cattleman that I had, so that only counts as 1, but there was 5 of them. One was the Rattler. That had to go back. And I know there was another one, because I was just talking about it. I'm trying to remember which one it was. There was one other one that I did. I was just talking about it with another guy the other day. What the brick gun was it? believe it or not, it wasn't even one of my first gen AEAs. I mean, they weren't all that great of shooters, but they never failed. What the hell was that? Anyway, so far I would say that those two companies are definitely on the bottom of my list. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't have anything against the people that made the Rattler or anything like that. I mean, I don't really know the whole story. You know what I mean? There's a lot of speculation out there, blah, blah, whatever. But, yeah, I did not have a good experience. And I've got some friends that have had, like I said, you know, decent accuracy, things like that. But just nothing major. Nothing to write home about and be like, yay, you know. I do love the platform, though. The platform's awesome. You know, I mean, I love shooting my LCS, man. When, you know, me and Kevin were out shooting steel. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, if you've got the money, an FX chronograph is great. If you don't, you know, a good Caldwell, you know, I mean, you can go online and get the Caldwell. I use the Competition Electronics, and I don't think it was all that much money. I got the light kit for it, and I definitely recommend getting the light kit. But I don't think I spent that much money on it. But you know, like I said, Caldwell makes a good one. Competition Electronics, the FX chronograph's pretty good. You know, the only thing I would say is that depending upon what you're going to chronograph, the FX might not be the right one for you. Like if you do powder burners and you want to know, it won't read those speeds, but the Competition Electronics and the Caldwell will. And they'll read all the lower end stuff too, so you can send pellets through them or BBs or whatever. Yeah, the Origin's a piece of shit too, but it didn't catastrophically fail. So, you know, I mean, you know, I just had terrible luck with, and so did many people with the Origin. You know, it came out the same time as the Gauntlet, and, you know, quite honestly, I mean, the Gauntlet was just a better gun overall. You know, so, but, you know, yeah, the Origin just really didn't do really that well for me. And the hand pump, you know, it was terrible. It was a bad hand pump. You know, it wasn't even like a 4-stage or even 3-stage, I don't think. Might have been a 3-stage, but it was a really cheap one. And there was a lot of problems, but you know, and now even, you know, moving into it, I know a lot of people are into their Avengers and stuff like that, but, you know, it just is what. Accuracy is in the eye of the beholder. Accuracy. You know, I used to review cigars. And I had a big YouTube channel on cigars. As a matter of fact, you can still go out and see my videos. Some of them, they took some of them down for copyright reasons because I had music playing in the background. They actually took more than half of them down because of music in the background. And it was super low. You could barely even freaking hear it. And I just passed like 8 squirrels crossing the road, and I am very upset. But yeah, I used to, like I said, used to review cigars. And you guys can go check them out. It's cigarfellas.com or just Cigarfellas on YouTube. And you can see old videos of me from years and years ago, smoking cigars and drinking scotch and talking about cigars. But anyway, people used to always ask me, you know, like back then, you know, like, hey man, what's the correct way to cut and light a cigar? Well, listen, I suppose that there is. I mean, if you're a hoity-toity and, you know, and you're really like into following the leader, Then there is, a lot of people use like cedar spills to light their cigars because the cedar is more neutral as opposed to like butane or something like that, or wooden matches or whatever it is. But wooden matches even have sulfur because of the initial light, so that's why people use cedar spills. But anyway, I used to tell people all the time, like, and I tried to do that in the airgun industry. It's like, dude, if you're happy with what you have, then be happy. I mean, because that's all that matters, is that you're happy with the accuracy you're getting, and you're happy with the results that you get, and you're happy with the fact that you didn't go out and spend $2,000 on an impact, or well, $2,300 on an impact. Just be happy. I mean, if what you have is sufficient and you enjoy it, that's what airgunning is all about. I mean, I don't just shoot, FX Impacts and Day States and LCSs and all these top-end guns. I don't just shoot those. Me and my son took my Red Ryder out the other night and, and shot pop cans with it. And I had so much fun. And he had so much fun. So it wasn't about how much money we can spend on it or how, whatever. I mean, there's probably $10,000 in air guns in the back of my car right now. But that isn't why I do air gunning. I do air gunning to have fun. And, so when I'm being serious and I want to shoot accurate long distance, then I break out that gun that can shoot those 200 yard, 250, 300 yard shots accurately. But, it's, to me, shooting that is just as fun as, like I said, shooting bottle caps out in the backyard with a Red Ryder or a Daisy pumper or a Crossman pumper or whatever, or a CO2 pistol, just having fun, just doing what you do. So, that's the biggest thing is to keep in mind that, this is all about fun. Some people take this way too far, way too extreme. They get so bent out of shape over things that just don't matter. And, they just feel that, their way's the only way. And if you don't follow their way, then, you're a fool and an idiot and this and that. I don't try to impose that on anybody. I do try to bring you guys truth, like I just did the video on, picking out an entry-level airgun scope, just because, I want people to enjoy what they spend their money on. And, if you go out and you spend, $40 to, $80 or $100 on a cheap scope that, that you're just never really that happy with, it's hard to hold a zero, or, heaven forbid you have to dial for anything because the crosshairs don't move, or, you're just wrecking them because you got them on a brake barrel. It's like, hey, here's the alternatives to, spend your money on. So I got a video coming out this week that talks specifically about FX Impact hammers. And, and I hear it all the time. People are always like, dude, what hammer do you run? Dude, what hammer do you run? And it's like, well, it's not a cut and dry question. It's do I need a hammer that's heavier than a stock hammer to achieve what I want to achieve? And, I know so many people that go out and the first thing they want to do is, well, I got to get a new hammer and I got to get this and I got to get that. And then what they do is they cause themselves more problems because the gun almost becomes untunable because their hammer's too heavy for the speeds and the grain weight of the pellet or slug that they're shooting. So that hammer's so heavy that what it in fact does is impede the ability to micro tune that gun because it's just overpowering the valve no matter what you do. So it's just kind of one of them things where I try to explain to people that, hey man, you don't really need a hammer until you get to this point. Or you don't really need a heavy liner. That's another one. Oh my God. I hear that all the time. I got to have a heavy slug liner because I'm shooting slugs. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, my 700 millimeter that I shoot NRL and PRS with, it has a standard superior liner in it, because I don't need a heavy liner, and adding a heavy liner makes my groups go to shit, because the grain weights that I shoot up to like 32.8 don't require a heavy slug liner. And you know, there's people out there that'll argue that until they're blue in the face. Oh, I shoot hybrids with my heavy liner. Oh, whatever, dude. But you don't need it. And you know, and it's really more detrimental to add it just because you want to fit in, and you want to tell people that, oh man, you know, I got this heavy liner and blah, blah. You know, it's like, dude, you don't need it. You know, a tension setup, that helps. It does, and no matter what you're shooting. You know, it definitely cuts down on the harmonics, and having a carbon fiber sleeve. Those are things that I would say you should add them. You know, it's not going to hurt it. It's only going to help. And, you know, so, you know, there's a lot of that as well. So, you know, it's just kind of one of them things. But, and like I said, everybody's an expert, and everybody does, you know, everybody's got their story that they like to tell. And, you know, and I don't know many people that actually go out and shoot as much as me and the group of friends that I shoot with. You know, I mean, you know, I can't tell you how many thousands of rounds I have shot through my impacts. I mean, tens of thousands of rounds. I mean, literally, guys, I'm not lying. I go through ammo like mad. And, you know, and we really focus hard and heavy on tuning. And, you know, it takes a long time, you know. I mean, it's very rare that I ever get a gun that I'm just like, oh man, that didn't take long. That thing's ready to go. You know, I mean, it's those micro adjustments. So, what's up, Rick? So, right, I shot my Chrono. I don't doubt that. But anyway, with that being said, I'm here at High Pressure Pneumatics, so I'm going to go inside. But I appreciate you guys going along for the ride with me. And hopefully Instagram lets me go back live again soon. Who knows? I don't really care. I'm kind of over it. So whatever. I'll just start doing lives on YouTube for the time being. And I might even start doing lives over on Rumble if I can figure it out. I just haven't even tried to do a live over there. But we'll definitely get her done. But till next time, I'm Moose. This is Airguns of Michigan. Be good to each other. And God bless.